Hi, welcome back channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, I find that the bonus for the losing team is pathetic. Because although I thought that the game has the so-called methodology to so-called balance the power, but unfortunately there, it seems like the bonus is not sufficient. Alright, so again, this is before the start of the second competition. A lot of preparation work needs to be done. Alright, so I hope you have seen the previous video, which I gave a summary of what needs to be done. Basically, you need to fill out those factories. As you can see here, all the factories are filled with items, especially items in the output tray would be those that it takes a long time to build, as the input tray is basically able to convert back to raw materials. That said, having the EP head starts is really important. Try your best to get all the 4 jobs done and do not collect them until the start of the competition itself. So those are the 2 things you really got to prepare. But of course, you got to put in all the items, those event items in the warehouse. You got to clear up your warehouse by doing some housekeeping. Remove those unwanted items, especially those tiny quantities ones, alright? So that's generally how you do it. And of course, if you could, during the 1-day break, try to improve the population growth, basically by fulfilling those 4 building requests under your 5 building technique, as you can see just now here. Alright, so lay out just 5 buildings into the map, so you can see quite an empty town. That is the purpose of getting just 4 of those requests out every time. But of course you need blue maps, so I've just ran out of them. Apparently not having so much time to do those ship trade. Of course the captain will comes once in a while. Try your best to do them. Of course during competition it's a bit difficult to do so. Of course the other things you really got to work out is really to collect those gold. So far so good, managed eventually to collect near to 100,000, but when you come to using them, it's really fast. Alright, what I'm doing right now is really, like I said earlier, housekeeping. Remove all those small quantity items which basically are useless but taking up space. So try your best to do that, and you have a slightly better warehouse space itself. Of course, people with large warehouse, you need not do this because it's not really necessary. This is only for tiny warehouse people like me. So that said, you also need to take a look on your own items you have prepared in the factories. Try your best to keep a few things that are really important. One will be nails, will be saw blades. These are the 2 things that we ask for during the event, because they are subcomponents of the event items. And of course, how you do to store them in the input tray would be using chairs, and of course using tables. Generally these 2 only require timber, and of course the 2 other things required would be nails and saw blades. Alright, so that's it. Just gonna bear in mind, logs are equally important like those wood, because it's also one of the subcomponents. So these are really the few things you can work out. Okay. Alright, so I'll try best not to speak too much whenever things are, because you can hardly hear me understand it. Alright, so you can see there, warehouse space is always giving me a problem. Really you need to do a lot to get back those population, but of course meanwhile really you got to manage by using your factory's input and output tray as your interim warehousing. I'm quite fortunate today, quite lucky, managed to get one of the legendaries, although it's a duplicate from the containers. I'm really happy with that. That's it. When the later part of this video, I'll be sharing with you the starting of the second competition. Do remember to start late, if you want to start on time, you will be competing with very strong opponents, basically those who pay to win. So the only way to play with those so-called not as aggressive players when you start late. But gotta bear in mind, starting late has its own rules. Normally you try to start like about 6 to probably 8 or 10 hours late. Try not to start beyond 12 hours because bearing in mind what I know is basically you need a minimum of 36 hours of playing time. So if you start like more than 12 hours late in a 2 days, i.e. 48 hours game, you will be disqualified. So if you are first time hearing this and you want to try it, the next competition is for 2 days. Try to start within 12 hours late. Best will be 8 to 10 hours. And then with that, you should be able to meet so-called those less aggressive players. But there's no guarantee. This method is also known to those pay to win. So what they will do is they will do this and yet spend gems to fight for the first place. Because among them, if they all start on time, their chance of getting first place is really tiny as well. So that said, the really very experienced people will always start late and yet pay to win by using gems. How to get gems? Basically, if you're an Android player, good luck to you because you have the means to getting gems by playing related games that's offered by TrainStation partners under your so-called beans. Is also called a basket on the bottom right side. That's how about get free gems section. So for Apple players, sorry, you're just like me, there's no way you can earn good number of gems. I used to be able to do some surveys, give me about 6 gems or probably maximum 10 gems, but it's no longer available right now. So that's it. The only way to earn gems is during events, reward path, during watching those pathetic 1 gem video as and when it appears. Okay, so that's it. My gems are really hard earned. I do not want to waste them, so I'm trying all the time to save up 110 gems before a main event, just for the purpose of upgrading the so-called event factories. And of course now I've saved a couple of tens of gems again. Probably if possible, I'll try to upgrade my core factories. You can see there I already have 6 core factories upgraded to the fullest. This is really true savings. And I have 1 more construction material factory that I really need to upgrade to the fullest, so probably going to save that up to upgrade it. Eventually that would act as some warehouse space as well. So that's it. This is something what I plan to do. Save up gems so can upgrade those factories. But more important, I think, is really this factory, this sports goods, which is the event factory. Try to give it so-called sufficient inventory to keep on running in production. Alright, so this is really a happy moment. Alright, although it's a duplicate, like I said, more than happy to get it. Anyways, it's free, so don't mind getting it from this really the free container that happens every 5 days. Hardly a good chance to open the container. Alright, so here we are at round 2. Pathetic bonus, you can see there, I mentioned earlier part of my video. This is what I'm talking about, 2%. This is pathetic. Developer has no sense of reality. So sometimes I do find them not a very good developer in terms of experimenting items. It's important for a good developer to experience your own game. You need to play your own game in order to know what you're doing, what's the problem, and what's the feeling of these so-called players. But if you're not doing that, you're putting a pathetic so-called methodology of bonus, and yet you just gave 2%. That's a joke. Alright, thank you for watching. Goodbye.